Hey yo, this is DJ Traqs. I am going to put a informative video out for you folks, especially on YouTube. Here's the kicker. Okay, the songs that are listed that I played in my DJ podcasts are listed in alphabetical order. So the songs that I played are there, but they're in alphabetical order. But the way I do it is through the beats per minute. Basically, the beat of the song, like how many beats per minute it does. So, on the DJ deck itself. So I played it in that order from slowest to highest. And that's the way I do it. Now, I understand it might be confusing, and I know you're like, this is like, you're probably saying to yourself, hey, this is not the right order. Well, it's there to list saying that I don't own the music, the artist names, and they're also in the description. So I have nothing against the artists that make the music. I just do it in alphabetical order by the computer itself. So I just take the list and I put it in a notepad and I just put it that way. But I still list it with the artist and the song name that I played in my DJ podcasts. However, the BPMs, it's kind of hard to do that because the only way you can get the BPMs is either through Virtual DJ, which is downloadable and you can get it from there, but you need a license and all that. And to set the BPMs, you gotta have, like, if you have a DJ deck that I have, some of them require a program that actually predates and analyzes the songs for the DJ deck that you currently have. Some DJs, the newer DJ decks, actually get the BPMs automatically. So, since I got the older version of my DJ deck is basically a Gemini SDJ 4000. So I need a program to basically pre-analyze the songs for the DJ deck. Otherwise, the DJ deck's gonna be like, "Huh? I don't understand. There's no data. Like, how am I gonna figure it out?" Or anything like that. So you gotta have a program for it to do anything correctly. For instance, for the Gemini SDJ 4000, you need the vCase program. And the vCase program is Java RAM. And it's definitely, and it works like that. So, but it's like an older version of the DJ deck. But I prefer to do it like that so I can analyze and see what's going on with the DJ deck itself. Yeah, DJ deck. I'm saying dick, but it's really deck. But the vCase program, you need that for the SDJ 4000 because it's an older model of the DJ decks out there. The newer DJ decks may not have that. Some of the DJ decks actually are USB powered, and I don't like using them because I can feel that some of them are cheaply made. So it's kind of a downsider, and plus you got to look at the screen, you got to look at your monitor and see what song you're playing next, and all that, so you can list it for yourself on the description. But in this case, I've organized all my DJ podcast playlists. They're all in folders, and for each podcast I do weekly, they are organized to 10 songs because every song that I have is like, every time I do a DJ podcast, it lasts almost an hour. Every time I record them, they almost last an hour when I play them. So, with that being said, sometimes, I'm going to say this right now, sometimes the SDJ 4000 reads it as a 70 or a 69 beats per minute. And sometimes when I see that, I have to go to Virtual DJ and I have to write down what the true beats per minute is. And I have like a little notepad so I can say, okay, it's this part, it's this song, and it's this, and it's correlated to 140 or 138 or to like 135 or 130. So it's kind of hard with the SDJ 4000 to do that because it misreads. The analyzer actually misreads it on the DJ deck itself. The SDJ 4000 misreads it. I don't know why it does that. I guess it's a bug or it's something else. But that's Gemini's side to figure that one out. And Gemini's probably got different DJ decks out there. There are mainly, I think, USB, but some of them are standalone decks like mine is. I'm pretty sure you've seen mine and some of the DJ podcasts, and you can see me twiddling around with the controls and everything, and hitting the play button for each song that I'm getting ready to queue up and fading it over. So, and basically, DJing is not that hard, but it can be for some people who are not very tech savvy in a way. But if you're like a sound engineer or anything like that, you would figure that out like in a snap. You would figure it out in like less than a week. That's how a sound engineer works. And sometimes some of those decks actually read it right, and some of those decks actually read it wrong. But the virtual DJ actually analyzes it right there, and it gets the beats per minute analyzed, and it correctly analyzes it in a way because it's got like a different firmware, I guess, but I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. And I'm not really programming savvy myself either, so but the SDJ 4000, it's a little bit more complex, and you gotta know what you're doing, and you have to reset the controls. Otherwise, it goes, huh? What are you doing? Because you can't just like you just can't hit the reset button on Virtual DJ or double right click on Virtual DJ to reset your controls. But on the physical, you gotta actually manually reset it. And some of them actually have the controls already set up for it. Not really set up for like a full reset, but you gotta reset it manually. And they actually have a point where it kind of dead stops you on your fingers, so you can't like go like full send it. You just gotta feel for the sudden like stop. You just gotta feel for it. So I'm pretty sure every DJ that is out there will actually agree with me, because some of these DJ decks are like that and some of them are not. So it's like you can't hit the reset button and it automatically sets it. You gotta set it manually for a physical. But program like Virtual DJ, you just double right click and it resets the controls. But that's my input for that. So in most cases, I will actually see you in the next DJ podcast, hopefully. But other than that, one day I'll actually show you how they actually work, because I'll show you on mine, which mine is the SDJ 4000. And like I said, they're very simple to figure out, but sometimes from some not tech savvy people, it's really hard. So you got to know what you're doing right there. So it's really kind of hard to do that. But for DJs and sound engineers, it's kind of like, oh, okay, right. Like you see my hand going back to the other controls and resetting those controls back to center. And that's what I'm feeling for. When you see my hand going back to the other side and switching decks and switching the other decks to the reset, basically when my hand is going back to the other decks and like that, I'm basically resetting those controls manually. And every DJ that is out there will actually agree with that, because some of these controls actually don't have that reset nudge or that reset click in your fingertips at all. So you got to do it manually. Now, for some of them on the game control, which is the very top, you actually have to manually reset it, and it does not have the reset snap click or whatever that you feel in your fingertips. You actually have to set it to like dead center, and it's really hard to get it to dead center, or you have to get it to the right volume so you're not getting ear blasted or anything like that. Some DJs like to have it blasting in their ears. Some DJs don't. They prefer, just quiet, settle, and all that. Some other DJs like it really loud, bassy, like super bassy and all that. Some other DJs are like, I'm just going to keep the controls the same. And they just fade it out through the bit crossfaders. And the crossfader is actually at the bottom, where you see my finger at the bottom of the overlapping video, where you see my finger at the bottom. And I'm slowly fading it as I'm fading out the previous song. And sometimes I actually have to loop the other song. And you can actually hear it looping, surprisingly. But the DJ Descks, they have a crossfader, and they're really super easy to maneuver. But the other faders, like the ups and downs, like the volume faders for each deck, that's completely. Since mine is a 4-deck controller, as a controller for the two defaults, the two decks that you see on the screen, that you can see it playing, spinning around, kinda. But they have another. They actually have like 2 more, which is deck 3 and 4, which is for external decks. So you gotta like manually set them in a way so it doesn't like, I don't know what you're doing. But they have like a LAN connection where it actually goes into that and actually reads the libraries of those DJ decks, and you actually play the songs from those DJ deck players from that drive. And it basically creates its own little network right there. How it does it, I don't know. Your question is as good as mine. So I'm just giving you an update of why I list the songs the way I do and all that. So like I said, every DJ out there will actually agree with me, and some of the other former DJs will actually agree with that too. So anyway, this is DJ Traqs, just letting you know, signing off. I'll see you in the next DJ podcast. Peace.